Flabbergasted, I sat for the longest time beneath this majestic moon and found myself taking pleasure in merely existing. Something was happening within. The region, with its serene splendor, not only soothed me, but seemed to whisper enigmatic promises, and time all but halted. After what might as well have been hundreds of years, I finally got to my feet and began to study this strange land. Hearing noises not far from here, I decided to look into the matter and saw the contours of a giant creature behind the trees. Was that a dragon? Now that was just great. Seriously? Approaching the nearby ruin, I was immediately greeted by several pesky and quite frankly unsightly sorcerers playing their usual tricks on me. Why did they pester me like that? After helping them become less hostile to the world, I was fortunate enough to discover a secret stairway, which in turn led me to another of those valuable smithing stones. I wondered, what kind of people had lived here back in the day? These disintegrated structures almost felt like something belonging to another civilization, older and somehow out of this world. But what was that grand cathedral? Struck by an unfamiliar sense of wonder, I headed over there. A third? Was that not the very dragon which had resided in front of her tower? Could I please just go for a quiet walk? One thing was evident by now. The moon dominated this land, and even made the Erd tree seem pale and unreal. As I entered the ancient structure, I was taken aback by an eerie presence, despite this ruin having been abandoned ages ago. What was that? A fairly strange place for a hole. And even more interesting, it seemed as if there was a tunnel down there. Still, something drew me closer, and within minutes, I took it upon myself to enter the darkness. Who was that lurking in the shadows? There was no movement whatsoever, most likely a poor and long-dead traveler lost in this wilderness. Nay, it was someone I knew. Beneath the crumbling cathedral, I once more faced my mistress, and all of the desperate defenses of the heart came tumbling down. Did she rest on the remains of murdered fingers? The silence was oppressive, and the weight of the earth above us felt like that of the world itself. To think that I had found her again, dead and alone, was too much to bear. Farewell, my love. By all that was holy, my mistress had returned, looking outright radiant and with a fragile smile adorning her lips. But how?
So it was thee who would become my lord. Perhaps I needn't have warned thee. I am pleased, however.
Be still, my beating heart.
Thou art a fitting choice. I go now to the night sky. It is there I shall find mine order. I bid thee travel the path of the Lord, and once all is done, we shall see each other.
And then she left me
once more.
But this time with a promise of eternal marital bliss, a most agreeable plan. She had gifted me a glorious greatsword, but I couldn't make it work, and trying it out in vain made me feel like a simpleton. What a shitty gift. Excuse me? Why was that quaint fellow wooing my maiden? Pathetic sort. Didn't he know she was spoken for? My work here was done. I needed to return to the capital and seize the throne. There were other and more important issues at stake now, such as my marriage. Being on the road again felt like waking from a dream, only to find yourself in a nightmare. This didn't bode well. Some fiendish beast had apparently torn poor souls to pieces at this very spot. Wanting to know exactly what creature had done this, I touched the bloodstains. What was he doing? Had terror made him flee unto death? What about this one? Him as well. What was going on here? Had I somehow stumbled upon a twisted suicide cult? Sadly, I would never know the reason why they did it. During my journey through this ethereal land of moonlight and ancient sorcery, I also tried to enter an abandoned tower, only to be mocked with a nonsensical riddle about wisdom. What are you doing there? Are you stuck? Let me help. Briefly thereafter, we passed a particularly remote jail. Not knowing this journey was about to end, I had returned to the cursed wetland, blemished with the throbbing ulcer that was the Academy and its vile scholars. Oh, right, I'd better speak of that mentally unstable mother in less hostile terms from now on. Oh dear. After some desperate acrobatics, I somehow, and with blind luck, managed to survive the steep cliffs and reach the swampy region. I would make it to the capital in no time and impose my generous will on this land. They would, of this I had no doubt, welcome me with open and grateful arms. As a savior.